Hello everyone, this is sharknice.
And I'm gorillanice.
And we're here to cast a 3v3 on Green Acres. I'll start out introducing the players. On the bottom team we have Clint, a red Protoss, gorillanice, the blue Zerg, who didn't set a rally point for his hatchery.
Don't need him.
And then sharknice, the Teal Terran.
And then for the top team we have HelenKiller, the purple Terran, RatZArterian, the yellow Terran, and Cheesetown, the orange Zerg.
And this map is Green Acres, like I said. It has a big ramp and just one ramp, so you can wall off with your team since it's a shared base. It's usually a good idea to wall off on this map. And then all you really have to worry about is things coming up on the cliff, so like air, blink stalkers, reapers. You can defend pretty well. It's a pretty macro-oriented map.
Yeah, you do see a lot of drops in this map.
Yeah, drop play is really big on this map. So it looks like both teams are opting to wall off, but no help from the Protoss on this bottom wall. And a lot of times Protosses don't want to wall off because they can't repair their buildings, and especially against Terran, they'll just lose their buildings. But usually it's a good idea to help wall off to prevent some early like Ling run-bys or Hellion run-bys, stuff like that. So Cheesetown threw down his, looks like 13 pool for the Zerg. Same for this Zerg, but he built his gas after the pool. So top Terran building his gas at a pretty normal time for a barracks type build. Yellow already has 2 gases. Well, he's almost finishing his second gas, so usually that's a Banshee build.
Yep. I'd definitely be expecting Banshees from yellow.
And bottom Terran, pretty normal build. And as you can see here, Cybercore, typical 4-gate type or 3-gate Robo or whatever, Protoss type build. Just throwing down a second gas, that's pretty normal timing. So yep, we have a quick factory from yellow, and the top team just got killed a scouting probe. Let's see what they saw here. All they really saw was the spawning pool and what this front wall looked like. They didn't see a whole lot, but they saw the double gas, or I guess they just assumed a double Banshee.
Yeah.
It's, I guess when you're playing against someone named Cheesetown, you assume they're cheesing.
Yeah, you assume their whole team is cheesing. And if it's somebody from the Rats clan, which I don't think exists anymore.
Yep, RatZArterian. Yeah. So when you play people more than once, you kind of catch on if they do the same thing more than once.
Yeah.
And he is throwing down double starport. Looks like a factory with a tech lab, so maybe tanks from purple. Red throwing down his Robo. Teal has a full wall with a bunker because he's worried about the Hellions that never built, but he's thrown down turrets now because they know about the they suspect Banshees. And a Spire going down. And really good scan timing. And they scout the Banshees of that scan.
See everything. So we'll probably see a lot of turrets going up around. Yeah.
Yep, Protoss building an observer to get some scouting information too. So pretty good scouting from the bottom team. Top team hasn't scouted at all. And a lot of times you don't scout when you cheese.
That's true. If you notice your enemy doesn't scout, they're either bad or they're about to cheese, so you should probably just prepare for the cheese and hope that they're bad.
Yep, and the reason they don't scout when they cheese is because they've already made up their mind what they're going to do.
Yep.
If they go this heavily into cheese, like straight into Banshees, and they tech switch, they're just not going to have any units, and they might as well just try to make it work a lot of times, because if you switch tech switch, you'll just be so far behind at that point, or he is throwing down an expansion behind this attack. Looks like Orange is sending out Lings to scout out expansions.
Got
But
the Banshee coming in.
they already have a turret and 2 spore crawlers,
Yeah.
so I really don't think this Banshee's going to do anything.
He's going to scout the turret and the spore and then leave.
Yep.
Which is probably the best choice.
Yeah, there's no way that's going to do anything. They also scouted this front base, which has a spine crawler and a spore crawler, so the Banshee can't really do anything to that either. But Muta's coming in from Orange now. And Spire also done for this Zerg.
Yep, that was just to counter the mutas of the other Zerg.
Banshee coming in from the top here, but it's going to be denied again. Just barely can't snipe that Banshee off. But Mutalisk coming in.
Here come the mutas. Banshee Mutalist combination is not very good.
Yeah, it's a
Because
little bit
it's the
redundant.
same thing that counters both of them, and you typically don't want to do that. You want a variety of builds, so they
Runs into a Marine,
They don't
picks
get
that up,
countered. Right.
picks off an SCV. So you can see units lost here. Just not much
not
for
a lot.
anyone.
Yeah.
And income, the bottom team, or bottom team is this top on the Harvester, so they're actually a little bit, they're pretty even on Harvesters. But the top team really has a bunch of fairly useless units right now. A bunch of Banshees
Yeah.
and some Mutalisks that aren't going to do anything against these turrets. Oh, and it looks like Mass Reaper. They
Oh my
scouted
goodness,
the
how
Mass
many
Reapers
Reapers is
coming
that?
in. Let's see.
13.
13 Reapers coming in, and they could snipe this hatchery.
13 Reapers will take down a hatchery really fast, as we're seeing right now.
And he takes it down. So no expansions
How
for
many Reapers
the
did he
bottom
lose, though?
team.
He lost 3 Reapers, so he lost 100 resources and killed 350 plus an expo, which is pretty good.
Yeah, and all that potential mining,
Yep.
which he is losing out on. So he's gonna maybe try to sneak in there and
He's coming
re-snipe
back.
it.
Because he suspects that it's remade right away, which he's right to do. But fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. He didn't fool us twice. He just
Pretty-
lost.
Yeah, he just
I don't
lost
know.
all of his Reapers.
I think that looked like 8 Reapers or something.
Looks like the bottom team's gonna opt to attack here. They have a pretty good sized force. Oh, Reaper sneaking in.
Just 2 though, and he loses them.
He did kill two of the Harvesters mining gas. Let's see if he
Yeah.
decides to put more mining back on gas.
Looks like the bottom team is deciding to push forward.
Magic box on the Thor, but it's not going to be good with Stalkers.
Stalkers and the Mutalisks were right there, so he had to take off.
But he does lower it about half health, so it might come into play later. Mutalisk harassment going on, and looks like they're just
already the bottom team's Mutalisk harassment is a lot more successful than the top team's.
gonna
Guess
really
they don't know what to do with these
here.
SCVs. Just decide to repair the Banshees, it looks like.
Cloaking, but they have an observer.
Yep.
Or wait, they don't have one yet, but
No, it's right there, it's right there.
Oh, okay.
Right in the center of the screen.
Nice. And they might be able to hold this off.
Oh, Mutalisks take out the Thor with their last breath, or maybe it was the Banshees. Must have been the Banshees that did it.
And looks like reinforcements coming in for the bottom team. Top teams has some tanks that they could move into play, but a bunch of Zergling coming in.
Oh, it looks like that Immortal's going to take it.
Oh, but
Got a lot of Zergling coming in, but there's 2 Blue Flame Hellions, which cleaned those up real fast.
yeah, really fast. And now he's going to work on these SCVs. And as this whole was going on, really good
on the
hits there.
SCVs.
You usually don't want to attack Hellions with SCVs.
Yep.
6 kills, 15 kills on the other Hellion.
2 Expos down, but they still have 2 more expansions at the left side of the map.
But this is really, really hard to deal with. It's a pretty good unit combination here. Not many units, but the combination of units is
Yep.
Really hard to deal with from the bottom team.
And they just decided to open with their cheese.
Ton
Looks
of
like-
barracks is going down.
Yep.
Oh, he's trying to repair the Banshee.
Thor.
Oh,
Oh, poor Thor. Just
but
barely went down.
looks like the top team's gonna leave the game here.
I think they realized that they couldn't deal with any of the army.
Units lost. You can see they
Oh.
just lost a ton of units. They did have a hidden expansion and another expansion, but that's the same amount of expansions as the other team, really. So
Yeah, and their harassment did no damage, and they decided to fast expand off of it anyway, which is probably a bad choice.
yeah, it's a risk you sometimes have to take because you're so far behind when you just go pure harassment units.
Yep.
But it didn't work out for them this game.
And they died to a pathetic army. It was just an army from Red, a Thor, a tank, and a Marauder from Teal, and then some Mutalisks from Blue. Like,
Well, it was quite a few stalkers to start out, but they couldn't
Yeah.
reinforce their army because they used all their minerals on the expansion.
yeah, that's true. And they only had cheese.
So looks like that's game. We'll be back to cast more later.
Thanks for tuning in.